So I either put them on, instantly on pretty much all broadways or aces, or maybe like a 8, 9, 10 jack or something goofy like that. Um, the upper right hand is kind of goofy. You guys can't see my upper right table. It's just a Omaha High game, and I had top pair with a double gutter on the flop, and unfortunately I have to fold it. That's kind of shitty. But yeah, so what I was talking about is, so if you're a tight player watching my videos, which a lot of players online like to play a tighter style, which is perfectly fine as long as you know how to do it properly. So I would say if you're a tight player, instead of just like watching me go crazy in a ton of pots, um, incorporate the exact opposite of, or not the exact opposite, but incorporate how I'm playing against tight players. So, like I said, if someone three bets me and they never three bet in Omaha, I'm instantly going to be putting them on a strong range, which is generally, it's going to generally be, all broadways or oofta. Middle table, I'm actually very tempted just to fold, and I am going to. And I'm probably going to be extremely happy that I did. Yeah, he's got a set of jacks, and then I was drawing dead. So anyway, so let's say I put someone on a really strong range, and I'm a loose aggressive player, and I'm a bit smarter, and let's say I had Jack 9, 6, 7 double suited, and he had ace, ace, whatever, whatever. And the flop comes something really scary. It comes like, uh, what's going to be a scary flop that makes me nothing with that hand? Like 9, no, no, no. How about King, Queen, Jack? Um, that's like a really scary flop for someone that had dry aces. Um, so if he checks back that flop, I mean, majority of the time I'm going to be going close to pot pot, and putting extreme pressure on him. A smarter player is going to be checking back the nuts, just knowing that I'm going to be bluffing against him. And then, but if you're a tight player, that is pot controlling there, you have to be very aware of the smarter, looser, aggressive players like me in spots, and be willing to call off pretty dang light. Especially if you know someone puts you on dry aces. It's really tough. Like, it's very very hard to adjust that way because it's so scary. Like, some of the boards are just so scary, and you just don't want to, invest a huge portion. But if you realize who you're up against, and that they're um oof, still gonna be betting, knowing I have the high here. I could. Okay, I'm definitely checking that river. He's got a low for sure. That's what I think, and there's no value, I don't think, in betting because he's going to be calling every time. Yeah. And just there's if you don't have if you're value betting the high hand in Omaha Hi-Lo by the river, and you don't have a low to go with it, you better be damn sure that you have the best high hand. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself basically value betting yourself into getting quartered, which is kind of, it sucks. You don't want to be doing that. Um, I have top two. Uh, Definitely probably a horrible hand to be calling with, so I'm going to be folding. I just there's really not a whole lot of value unless I hit a queen or an eight on the turn. Oh wow, that sucks. Oh well. My reasoning there is anyone drawing at a low plus straight draw or low plus flush draw, or if stakes so he was betting out a set there, I'm in horrible trouble unless I catch that queen on the turn, which that's pretty sweet, that I did, but I gotta be folding that hand too. Obviously, I mean, if I would have made a lot of money on that if I would have called, which is unfortunate because Soshi would have just never folded. And then Simi would have got the low, Soshi would have got nothing, and we would have split half of Soshi's money. Jack, Jack, 9, 10. I'm going to be calling on the button. I think that I can put stake Soshi in a lot of strange spots, depending on... Didn't really want more callers. That is definitely a pretty okay flop. People are going to have good lows here a lot. But anytime I make the high, my thought process here is that I'm going to be quartering them. I don't know if I want to build the pot quite yet. Now I have to fold, unfortunately. Drawing at a high on that board is pretty much death in my mind. I still have yet to have any like great spots to show you guys. Queen Jack 4-5, awful hand. I'm basically just going off of that Rakoslav is pretty tight, and I can steal his button a lot of the time. And I'm just gonna play position way better than most people can play out of position, obviously. So I'm okay with that. Simi 3-bets me, which isn't very fun. I'm not a huge fan of folding, however. This is kind of flop that I could float. I think it's okay to float sometimes. I'm actually going to, just because if he doesn't have aces, he can't really bet that turn. Obviously, if he ships it there, and he doesn't ship. Okay, so there's no low possibility. So I'm actually just going to check back, hoping that a jack is the best hand now. Oof, that was a pretty awful river. I still might be able to jam that in and get him to fold. No. Okay. I don't think there's any value here in betting. I mean, in calling whatsoever. I'm just going to be folding this hand. I mean, it's like a good float spot, I think, there, as long as, one, I didn't make top pair. That kind of makes it so bluffing is irrelevant. And, and two, it's just, with the no low possibility whatsoever, you know, I'm not scared of him drawing out either. And if he did have aces, he would definitely be just check calling in that spot, and I'd be in horrible trouble. So betting there just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me whatsoever. Oh boy. Huh. That's definitely a bluff in my upper right. Yay. On a pretty big pot in my upper right. Straight high hand, pair of eights on the turn. No draw. Really, really, really straight bluff hand. But okay. So more talk about this high-low nonsense. I have the nut low at the moment with a decent high possibilities. I'm going to be raising, actually.